Saya mau menegaskan di sini bahwa Messianic Jew dengan Kristen itu adalah sama. Kita sama-sama percaya Bapa, Putra, dan Roh Kudus, dan Yesus Kristus adalah satu-satunya Tuhan dan Juru Selamat. Namun, kita tidak perlu mengikuti adat istiadat Yahudi. Oke, Rabbi, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is the Lion of Judah.
Oh, beautiful.
My
Ariel.
nickname, by the way. All right, we all understand that the salvation to the Gentile is already prophesied by our fathers since long ago in the Old Testament, right?
Yes, correct.
You agree, right? Okay. And Jesus fulfilled it in the Great Commission after his resurrection. Therefore, after Jesus' resurrection, Jesus gave a great commission, right?
Yes.
To spread the salvation, the good news to the Gentile.
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is my question. We all appreciate the Messianic Jew because, at least for myself, because I can now clearly get the meaning of the verses based on the Jews' perspective. But it doesn't mean I am, as a Gentile, as a Christian Gentile, have to follow Jews' tradition. For example, circumcision. Am I right?
Correct.
All right, because we found here, even in Indonesia, there are some Messianic Jew followers, and the teaching is based from the Pharisees Rabbi.
Yes, the
and
Pharisees.
they keep pushing, telling us that we have to follow strictly the Torah law. And we said, no, we are Gentile, we don't have to follow the Jewish tradition, like circumcision, and so on. I hope this is my question or statement that you can clarify.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So one of the things we have to clarify is what is a command of God versus tradition. So when we read Acts chapter 15, it uses the term for tradition around the law of Moses, not the commandment of Moses. Moses never commanded that all Gentiles have to get circumcised to become Jews or to be saved. It was a tradition that if a Gentile wanted to convert to Judaism, it was the Pharisees that basically pushed this tradition, or what we call the tradition of the elders, that Gentiles need to be converted through circumcision. That's nowhere found in the law of Moses. The only time that Gentiles had to be circumcised was to eat the lamb at Passover. So, for instance, they all came under the blood of the lamb in a certain household, and if you were a Gentile, to eat of that lamb, they asked you to be circumcised. That is clearly a commandment for the moment, not for all time, because then later you don't see Moses saying, okay, let's add the 11th commandment, all Gentiles should be circumcised. Or you don't see...
I interrupt you. May I translate first?
Yes, please.
Softly. Okay. So, Rabbi, saya berkata bahwa kita Gentile Christian tidak pernah diperintahkan oleh Musa untuk melakukan sunat. Sesuai di Kisah Para Rasul 15, bahwa Gentile hanya boleh mengikuti hukum Nuh, bukan hukum Musa. Bagi Gentile yang diperintahkan oleh Musa harus melakukan sunat jika memakan domba Paskah. Nah, Musa tidak pernah mengatakan bahwa Gentile harus disunat. Demikian. Yeah, please continue, Rabbi.
Yes, and you can see this in Acts chapter 15, if you read it, dealing with Gentiles that are coming to the faith. It was the Pharisees that said they have to be circumcised according to the custom of Moses. Some translations would say law of Moses, but the Greek word means a custom or tradition. It was not commanded by Moses himself. except for
Let me
that very
translate.
first Passover.
Let me translate. Yang memerintahkan untuk melakukan sunat adalah hanya rabi-rabi Farisi, tapi MUSA tidak pernah menyuruh Gentile untuk melakukan sunat. Itu juga sesuai dengan di Kisah Para Rasul. Tradisi sunat hanya berlaku untuk orang Yahudi. Terima kasih. Yes, Rabbi, continue.
Okay. So when it comes to separating tradition from commandments, you see that Jesus often broke a tradition but kept God's commandment, because to be the Messiah, he cannot break any of God's laws. And this is the same reason the Apostle Paul did the same by saying Gentiles shouldn't be forced to be circumcised, as you see in Acts 15.
Oke, Yesus juga hanya mengajarkan perintah sesuai dengan yang ditulis oleh di hukum Musa. Demikian juga Paulus mengajarkan hal yang sama, hanya mengikuti hukum Musa, tapi bukan mengikuti tradisi. Yes, continue.
And this is why modern Jews don't even try to convert Gentiles to Judaism. And if you try to say to a rabbi, I want to become a Jew, they reject you 3 times, the same way that Ruth was rejected by Naomi 3 times as a Moabitess to become a part of the Jewish people again after her husband died.
Oleh karena itu, rabi-rabi modern juga seperti sekarang, itu jika ada Gentile, orang di luar Yahudi, ingin memasuki budaya Yahudi, itu mereka akan mendapat penolakan sebanyak 3 kali. Seperti juga kisah Ruth, begitu dia orang Moab ingin menjadi Yahudi, dia mendapat penolakan sebanyak 3 kali dari Naomi.